Hey there guys, welcome back for another Warhammer Imperium playthrough. So, today we're looking at the playthrough from issue 2 of the Imperium magazine. And before we get started, as I said, I'm going to do the first 7 or 8, maybe up to 10 playthroughs of this. And based on the likes that each video gets will determine whether or not I continue with the playthrough part of this series. So be sure to hit that like button down at the bottom there if you enjoy the video and want to see more of these. But with that being said, let's take a look at the battle for issue 2. Now the only thing I'm doing different for this one compared to the last video is I'm using a tape measure. Much easier to measure with. You can get your measurement to the side of it. It's slightly thinner than the measuring ruler that they give us, and just personal preference and years of playing means I'm used to these things. So for this playthrough, the lieutenant is now fighting against 3 Necron warriors. So what we'll do, we'll unleash the destroyers. Within their damaged repair complex, newly repaired Necrons have begun to come to life. Called to action by their commanders, a trio of Necron warriors have been awakened and given orders. Reach the repair facility's Canoptek chambers and activate a Canoptek plasma site. This robotic construct is capable of awakening the destroyer cults. Necrons whose bodies bristle with deadly weapons and whose minds are filled with an insane hatred for the living. If the destroyers wake, they will surely carve the Space Marines into bloody pieces. Alright, so again, I'm using my Indomitus painted lieutenant and also my Indomitus painted Necron warriors. These are painted in the same way that the video in the top corner here shows you how to paint this week's Necron warriors, as I am doing the armies or the Imperium magazine as an expansion to my existing armies, and so you can check that out there. So obviously rules are set up. We've got the lieutenant set up on point B there, and the Necron warriors are on D and E, and then 1 in between them. And the objective for this playthrough is to get at least 1 of these warriors off of this board edge. So when they come into contact with that board edge, they win the game. It doesn't have to be all 3, just has to be 1. Now, although I'm going to be roughly playing through the playthrough here, it is the same as last issue. We are only moving and shooting, nothing complicated. So the lieutenant isn't going to be doing too much moving. He's just going to be trying to wipe these guys out before they get off the table edge. So if you guys want to leave a comment down below before watching the rest of this video, leave your prediction on who you think will win this one, and we can see if you're right by the end of the video. But no cheating, no looking at the end and then leaving a comment. Play fair, leave that comment down there, and we'll see who wins. I'm guessing it is going to be the Necrons this time. I did call the lieutenant last time and got it wrong. This time I do think it will be easier for the Necrons, but we'll see. So looking through the data sheet profiles again, obviously the lieutenant can move 6 inches. He has a ballistic skill of 2+. He has 5 wounds and a save of 3+. The Necron warriors have a 5-inch move. They have a ballistic skill of 3+. They have 1 wound, which makes them a lot easier to kill, and they have a save of 4+. Now I will say later on in the series that will change, or I assume they will change. Necron warriors in the official rules actually have a save of 5+. They are even weaker than they are now, but to make them a little bit fair, I think they've given them the extra plus on the save. At least I think I remember that's how it being. If I'm wrong, then something's just flashed up on your screen saying, nope, you idiot, they are 4+ save. But I do think Necron Warriors are a 5+ save from what I remember. Anyway, let's get to it. So, this one actually says that the Lieutenant starts first this time. Now, typically in a game of Warhammer, before setting up, you will roll a dice, and whoever gets higher will choose whether or not they set up first or they get the first turn. And then, depending on what they choose, obviously you then go into the setting up phase. But for purposes of learning, we are starting with the Lieutenant. So, just so we can get used to the move in, it's good practice to get a move in there. Now what we're going to do is try and block the Necron Warrior in the middle here. If we can get our Lieutenant in the middle, he's going to have to maneuver around, and the Lieutenant makes it easier to shoot the other two guys. So 6 inches is going to put him there, and the only thing is I've got magnets attached to these, and I'm using a metal tape ruler. So yeah, I'm kind of magnetising the Lieutenant to the bottom of that. But anyway, so the Lieutenant gets 1 shot, I believe it is, 2 attacks. So no, we read the rules. So he's moved. Now on to shoot. So you check the weapons section of Primaris Lieutenant's data sheet. The Primaris Lieutenant's powerful Neo-Volkite pistol makes 2 attacks. Each dice can be used to shoot a different Necron Warrior, so choose which Necron Warrior each dice will target. Roll the dice next to the mat. If shooting at different Necron Warriors, roll the dice separately, and then we will compare the ballistic skill. Now, tactically, because these Necron Warriors haven't moved yet, I'm going to aim both shots at this Necron Warrior in the hopes that I can take him out before these two even start to get halfway across the board. Once they're about halfway, I'm going to split my shots between them to try and take them out a little bit quicker. So 2 shots on this guy means I can roll both dice at once, and both hit with a 6 and a 5. So Necrons, they save on a 4 or more, and he saved both. Look at that, double 6s. You lucky robotic thing, you. Right, and that's the end of the Lieutenant's turn. Now, the Warriors, like I said, they've got to get off the edge. So, a 5-inch move. As you can see, I'm placing the ruler so that the 5 inches runs in line with the front of the base. And then I'm just going to move him forward so that the front of the tape measure is in line with the front of the base. Now, the Necron Warrior here, we'll move this guy first. And he's going to do the same, so he will end up here. And then this guy, we're going to move up next to him. There we go. Now with movement, guys, don't worry about being 100% accurate. Do not be one of these that goes like this, goes 6 inches, there we go, like that, and then just randomly moves the rest of your unit with it. Do measure the guys, the distances, get them up there, and then measure for each one. But don't be, don't be like, oh, I've got to be right there. Just get it as fair as you can. So, there's the movement. So, each Necron Warrior gets 2 dice, and obviously all 3 of them are going to be shooting at the Lieutenant there. So, grab my dice thingies, because I've only got 5 dice out. We've got 6 dice, because there are 3 warriors with 2 shots each, and this is where a little dice tray would come in handy. But here we go. So we need 3s or more, which, looking at that, 2 hit and the others failed terribly. So the Lieutenant needs to roll for saves now, and he saves on a 3 or more. And he saved them both, so he's all good for now. And that there is the end of the Necron's turn. Again, we are only doing move and shoot, so we'll move over back to the Primaris Lieutenant's turn. And again, he is going to fire actually this time, because they are halfway, or coming up halfway, we're going to try and take them out. So what I'm going to do, now if you have optional, or if you have multicoloured dice, as I've got here, I've got one red, one white. To save a little bit of time, I'm going to allocate the red dice to this warrior and the white dice to this warrior, so I can roll them both at the same time. If you don't, then obviously you have to roll one at a time, or you can say to your opponent, look, is it okay to roll both, and just allocate to one or the other, or both succeed. I'm going to use one of each, so both failed, doesn't even matter. Right, so that's his turn over. He's not going to be able to move much, he's not going to do much. So back to the warriors. So again, moving 5 inches, and then we're going to rotate him around so we can aim at that lieutenant. Moving 5 inches, and moving 5 inches. And they're going to turn around and get shooty with it. So again, 6 dice, and the lieutenant is gulping right now. That's better. So I think we are a ballistic skill of 3 or more, so that is 4 hits. And now the lieutenant needs to save on all of these hits, and he fails 2 of them. So he is down from 5 wounds to 4 wounds, and then 4 wounds to 3 wounds. He has 3 wounds left. Right, now that made him a bit angry, so he is going to shoot, spinning around, he's going to shoot at these 2 guys. So and we'll do the 1 dice roll for each one this time. So a 4 hits this warrior, and does this warrior save? Actually, we can just roll. So we'll roll for the other one first. So a 5 hit the other warrior. So both warriors get to save. So first warrior first. A 4, he saves. Second warrior, a 3, he fails. So that warrior is out. 1 for the captain. Unfortunately, it's now the Necron warrior's last turn, and 5 inches sees them both off the board. Boom, and he was the same distance. It's going to be about boom. So there we go, guys. How did you call it? Was it a win for you? Did you guess right, the Necron warriors? It was probably a little bit easy for them. 3 of them, 2 shots a time. It's, you know. Anyway, that is the end of the video. Now, if you're playing this, obviously you would then switch over, so your opponent gets to play as the lieutenant, and you would play as the Necrons, or vice versa, depending on, you know, who you started with. Play a few games, get used to this moving and shooting. And remember, guys, if you enjoyed the video and you would like to see more of these, let me know down in the comments, and definitely hit that like button. And if you are new to the channel, big warm welcome to you. If you have recently subscribed, welcome to the inner circle. If you have not yet subscribed, hit that subscribe button. And until next time, guys, take it easy and keep painting those minis.